But these are the options, like looking at patient handling. That's what you need to have to save injuries to the caregiver and making it comfortable for the residents or the patients. Next concept is, like, we are done with Carl, now Doris and Emma. How do you transfer Doris and Emma out of the bed, into the chair, from chair, into the bathroom or the toilet? So for that kind of transfer, you have to use either a floor lift with 4 wheels or ceiling lift solution. With the floor lift disadvantage, it's on a floor. It's once you have 150 or 200 pound person on the lift on a sling, it gets really difficult to, again, push, pull, turn in a confined area. Generally, the bedrooms are like 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 at the most. Then you got the bed, you got the side tables, you got so much furniture in there. It becomes difficult. But if you have a ceiling track system, basically track is on the ceiling. With that, it becomes really easy to transfer the person from point A to point B, because now the motor is moving on the track, not on the floor, and it consumes probably, I'll say, 10% of the force compared to a floor lift. That's the basic concept about the ceiling lift. What do you folks know about ceiling lift?
Lots.
A lot? Okay. Okay. That's good.
Because that's the lifter that ADL.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the lift we carry is called, so there are, again, 2 type of lifts. Let's start with the lifts. So there are 2 contents of ceiling lift. One is the motor. Second one is the track system. So what we'll do is, let's go through the motors first, then we'll look into focus on the tracks, because track configuration can be very different solutions. With the motor, there are 2 different type of motors, fixed and portable. With your portable motor, which is being used a lot, especially in home care community, portable lifts are the way to go. And ours is called Maxi Sky 440, which is basically, it has got collapsible arms. Have you seen Maxi Sky 440? Okay, so collapsible arms, you can just unwind them and then you attach the sling on the arms, and also has a handle at the top to carry the motor from point A to point B. If it's a home, generally what they do is they like to put 2 or 3 tracks in the home. Straight linear rail from bed to chair, linear rail from open area in the bathroom to the tub or to the toilet, and then one in basically living room somewhere where you can transfer someone into a recliner and something else. So if you have 3 tracks and 1 motor, you have to have a portable motor, because now you can carry it from point A to point B. You have seen the reacher also, I'm sure, to connect and disconnect. So you need to have a reacher to connect it to the trolley. So each track has to have a trolley. Good thing about portable lift is, again, it's 440 pounds, and Maxi Sky 440 is on ADL program. So it's all funded. And it's, I think, one of the best lifts in the market. It's out there for like last 15 plus years. And we had generally no problem with the unit. It worked really well for us. And warranty-wise, it's all 3-year warranty on the lift parts and everything else. And there's also soft up and soft down, so it's not like, movement off the track by using the handset is like very smooth. You don't have those movements, the lift jerks, like going from point A to point B. From 2 set of controls. One is with the handset, up and down. Second set of control is on the motor. So the most delicate part of any of these lifts is the handset, which is right here. You might have seen this a lot of time because it falls on the ground. If it's hard surface, the piece can break. If it gets run over by a wheelchair, it will break. If it falls in the tub, it's good for, I'll say, if it falls, you pick it up, that's fine. But if you leave it there for like 2 hours, then there's a problem. It's water resistant, not waterproof. So being the most delicate part, you need to replace it if it's broken. However, if it's broken, you still want to use the lift, then there's a second set of control right on the lift where you can press the button and it goes up and down. Difference between fixed lift and a portable lift. This one is our older version, actually. It's called Voyager. Have you seen this before? A lot of places they love it, and a lot of places they hate it. Yeah, it's simple concept is they love it because of this handle here and the battery pack concept. You get 2 batteries with the unit. So if one battery is low, you can put another battery in and your lift is all ready to go. That's one of the reasons. The reason they don't like it is because the spreader bar, which is right here and here, it's very narrow. It's only this wide. If you're trying to lift someone who is 220 pounds, it can be a problem. You need the spreader bar to be this wide. So on Maxi Sky 440, which is the new version, this version is obsolete now. It's discontinued. On the other one, your spreader bar is this wide. So that's an advantage. That's the reason a lot of, they don't like this lift. They like the other one. For pediatrics, it's a great lift. So with your portable system, your strap goes up. Your carabiner you use to attach it to the trolley. The other concept is fixed motor. Fixed motor is the other way around. So the fixed motor will have a trolley right here that sits in the track. Have you seen the fixed ones? Okay, otherwise I have something. Oh, I gotta do this. Okay. So, but you know the concept of fixed motor, right? So it basically stays on the track and your strap comes down. On that strap, you can attach different type of spreader bars. There can be a 4-point spreader bar. There can be a 2-point spreader bar, depending on the person. Like if it's a bariatric, you want to use it for bariatrics, then you need to have a 4-point spreader bar because you need more, you need to spread the sling out. 600 pound is the weight capacity on our regular fixed motors. That's why it used to be called Maxi Sky 600. I wonder what the 600 was for. It was the weight capacity, obviously. And then new ones are called Maxi Sky 2 because it's the second version of those lifts. So we improved the version. Now it has got digital display and everything else on the unit. It's again, from maintenance point of view, you can just use your handset and just look at number of cycles basically performed on that unit. And either it's a portable lift or a fixed lift. What we have done is like in car, after 5,000 kilometers or 10,000 kilometers, you'll get the sign, oil change. Same thing with these lifts. After a specific number of lifts, up and down, it will start beeping. So when it beeps, that means it's time to do an inspection on the unit. There might be nothing wrong with the lift, but again, it's a preventative maintenance beep. You just go, somebody goes in there, look at the strap, look at the handset, do some functional tests, and then you're fine. Then you can reprogram that switch so that it stops beeping. Another thing about beep, when the battery is low, either it's a portable lift or fixed lift, it will beep. And when it beeps, most of the time, you just, on Maxi Sky 440, you just plug the lift in. There's a connector. You just plug it in to charge the battery. If it's a fixed lift, the charger is right on the track. So you just bring the unit back to the charger. So there's another feature on the fixed motor. It's called return to charge. So if caregiver goes in there, instead of moving it manually to the charging station, after the use, you can just press the button, put the handset on the motor automatically goes back to the charging station. Generally, they're 14 pounds in weight, so we have to use lighter batteries. In case of a fixed motor, which is 22 or 23 pounds, we can use bigger motors because the motor is in the track. You are not carrying it from point A to point B. So that's about the motors. We also have a motor that can hold up to 1,000 pounds. But in community, I don't think you need to change the whole house to accommodate someone who is more than 600 pounds. Because the doors need to be not 40 inches wide, they need to be 60 inch wide. Your toilet cannot be a regular toilet, you need a bigger toilet. Everything else is exponential, multiplied by 2. That's how big they need to be. So we do have that system. They use it in hospitals mainly, in ICUs and all that. It's again, as a precaution, if they get someone who is about 600 pounds, then they have an option of converting that to a 1,000-pound system. So all the tracks we install, they are all generally, in case of acute care, they are always rated for 1,000 pounds. Talking of track system now, so again, there are 4 different options of tracks. If you need to install the track system, it can either be installed to the ceiling. Ceiling can have different structures. It can be steel, it can be concrete, it can be wood. Generally in community, in homes, it will be wood. 2x4 trusses or 2x6 or 2x10s. So there are different ways of installing those tracks. You can have a linear rail, which is basically a straight rail. It can be at an angle or whichever angle, or you can have a straight rail, then you can add curves to it. You add 90-degree curve or 45-degree curve, then you can customize the whole track system. Some places what they do is they go right from the bedroom into the bathroom or the toilet. So there you need a couple of curves, and inside the bathroom, if they want the option of going also into the tub, then we put a device called turntable. So with the turntable, it basically rotates, has track here and here. Your motor can stay on this track, and then you turn it. It will connect to the track that goes into the tub or connect it to the track that goes over the toilet. So that's another configuration. So they can all be customized. The best option is, if you don't know what kind of track system or how it will be done, what we do is, for example, Advantage, they will come in, they will do an assessment. We have an assessment form developed by the company, so they use that assessment form. They will send us the information. Then we create the drawing that can be presented to the OT or presented to the end user so that they know what's going on and how it will be installed. And once that part is done, they come and install the track. And that track, when it's installed, has to be load tested. It's not us, it's actually Health Canada. That's their regulation. They changed the SWL, safe working load, on the track. It needs to be tested by 1.5 factor now. For example, I have installed a 600-pound track, need to be load tested for 900 pounds, just to make sure it's safe. They use all the requirements that cranes have. They are thinking it's a device, like a crane, so you have to do all the testing, same principles. So, which is good, actually. It's at least you know it's safe. So, in Alberta, it's not here yet, but if you are in BC, they also have seismic requirement. Because they are prone to earthquakes and everything else, so you got to install the track differently, and then it has to be certified by a structural engineer. Or the second option is also XY gantry system. Have you heard of XY gantry system?